there. Guess what time it is? It is story time with Miss Roberts. As a preschool teacher, some of the things we're teaching the children now is the cover of the book, the spine, all parts of the book, the title page. We also have them know who the author is and the illustrator. So that's something you parents need to go over with your children. Okay, tonight's book is called Curious George and the Dinosaur. And that's our title page. Jimmy's class was taking a field trip to the museum, and George was going along. So there goes George, the little monkey, with the students. "We're glad to have you, George," said Mr. Chauncey, the teacher, "but don't get into any trouble." At the museum, Mr. Chauncey began to explain one of the displays. "These rocks are 1,000,000 years old." The students weren't even listening. "This is boring," said one of the students. "It sure is," said another. "When is lunch time?" said a third student. Wandering off, George, he didn't find the rocks interesting either. But in the next room, George saw something very interesting. It was the huge skeleton. "What a long tail," he said. It was so long for George, he couldn't resist it. He stepped over the rope and jumped onto the tail. See him right there? Look at that. He climbed down, and then he climbed up. There he goes, climbing up the skeleton. He climbed up and up until he reached the skeleton's head. Just then, Mr. Chauncey and the class came into the room. "Look at that dinosaur," said Jimmy. "And look at George," he shouted. "Ride him, George," cried a little girl. The guards heard the noise. "Get down from there," one of them ordered the monkey. "I'm going to get the director," the other one said. George was scared. "Is that how they rode dinosaurs in the old days?" a little girl asked Mr. Chauncey. "Well, no," he said. "Tell us more about the dinosaurs," someone asked. George was curious. What was a dinosaur? "Well," said Mr. Chauncey, "the earth was once full of huge creatures like this." Suddenly, the director of the museum came charging in. "What's this about a monkey on one of our dinosaurs?" he asked. "Guards, get that monkey down from there before he causes any damage," he ordered. "Well, we wouldn't have listened," said a boy. "It's so interesting," said another. "I want to come back again," said a girl. "Well," said the director, "I can see that our dinosaur isn't damaged. We'll forgive him this time. You can come down, George," he called. And look at George jumping off of him. "Hooray!" the students shouted. Mr. Chauncey said, I have to thank you for making the visit an interesting one, George. But next time, promise not to ride the dinosaur. When the bus stopped in front of George's house, the man in the yellow hat was waiting. I'm glad to see you, George, he said. I hope you kept out of trouble today. And that's the end. And that is the story of Curious George and the dinosaur. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe, give me a like, and share. Thank you very much.